Welcome to the Clear in the Air podcast with D and Q.
I'm D.
And I'm Q. Yo, man, we want to clear the air on this NFL season, man. Actually surprised at a few teams. We're
Good
going to
and
talk
bad.
good and bad. And we're going to end up, when we finally clear the air, we're going to talk about our Super Bowl picks. Yo, man, take us home. Like, talk to us.
Man, it's been a kind of a weird season so far. Some teams that we didn't expect too much of have jumped out the gate, started pretty well. Some teams that we thought would be really good have kind of struggled so far in the season. And our worst nightmare, injuries are starting to take its toll. Some big time players are going to be out, have already missed time. So that's kind of where we at right now, man. Just off top, as you could tell from your scarf, who's your team, if you want to let them be known.
Oh, he going to go at my team first.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Boston, as I've mentioned before. So rolling with the home team. However, let me say this. Y'all might hear me say a couple of things as far as my teams, both football and basketball. And what I'll say is from Boston, but I no longer live in Boston. I'm not saying that changes a whole lot, but that's just a fact. So that being said and done, I think the question has been asked before. The majority of the reason as to why I was a fan is because of the GOAT. That man who is now with the Bucks, who has brought them another ring, brought himself another ring. Yeah. But go ahead. Let's talk about your team. Because last time I checked, we hooked you up with your quarterback.
That is correct. So if y'all can't tell or didn't know, my squad, 49ers diehard. This Cap, yeah, so I ride with Cap too. Diehard fan since birth. My GOAT since birth. My GOAT, I always thought was Joe Montana, but you can argue it's Brady now. So that'll be another podcast. But the GOAT still in my eyes is Montana. You put Rice up there too, but
I mean, you ain't got 2020, but that's another thing. In your eyes.
Here we go. But yeah, so I'm 49ers, man. 49ers diehard 49ers fan. So that's where we stand. Those are our respective teams. Let's jump in.
All right. So look, just looking at the standings, man, like it's a lot of stuff that I would not have imagined. Let's look at it like this. So there's a few things that stand out to me. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, full disclaimer, y'all. I have watched football all my life, but could never tell you NFC versus AFC.
And I'm all over that. I know all that. I know all that. So I'm ready to go by conferences. We could go by division. We could go by conferences. We could do whatever.
Let's go by conference because that may go a little quicker. So, for example, I'm definitely surprised in the NFC West to see the Cardinals 5-0.
Yeah. So that's obviously my division. I think going into the season, they probably would have been chosen as maybe the fourth team, but they also bring in so much free agent talent, man. J.J. Watt, A.J. Green, a couple other people. And the NFC West is by far the toughest division in football. I don't care what nobody say, it's the toughest division, top to bottom. Right now, my team has been bit by the injury bug. Our quarterback that you gave us, once again, is hurt. And so we're playing our rookie right now. He's having some rookie growing pains. Our Pro Bowl tight end, George Kittle, is hurt again. Seattle, Russell Wilson just got hurt. He's going to miss some time. Rams are looking good too, but the Cardinals went to LA and beat them recently, so. But Arizona is definitely the biggest surprise. As of right now, they are undefeated. So, yeah.
Kyler Murray, man, I think we knew he was a stud, but it's just, man, you just, no one, if anyone said, oh, yeah, I knew we were going to, just stop lying. We did not know they were going to be 5-0.
Nah, definitely not. And I mean, they've had some close calls. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
think against Minnesota, Minnesota missed the field goal, and
Mhm.
I think they had another close game. So, but hey, give it to them, man. They undefeated right now.
Gotta give it to them. Which, by the
Right.
way, speaking of Minnesota, which is in the NFC North, we're seeing that they're 2-3. But guess who's at the top of the division?
That bad man, A-Rod. And it hurting me because he did what he did against us, brought them back in the last seconds, and they got a field goal over us. But Green Bay, for all the turmoil they had over the summer, they looking pretty good too. They won a weird one uh, the other week against the Bengals. Couple missed field goals, but they pulled it out in overtime. So I think they only have one loss as
Four
of
and
right
one.
now. Yeah,
They're
4-1.
4-1.
Yeah, so Green Bay looking good, man, and of course your boys down there in Tampa Bay. You know, they doing what they do. They rolling. They've lost once to the Rams,
Mhm.
who again the NFC West. They tough. Um, so, but they looking good, man. They moving right along, bro. Picking up where they
Yeah.
left off last year. So
I think Tom, they were saying something with his thumb, but he's still supposed to play.
yeah, I think he threw like what 5 touchdowns with that thumb. So you know, I mean, Tom Brady is Brady, dog. He gonna persevere. He gonna pull through. You know,
Yeah,
he gonna do whatever. So
definitely. Another surprise in this NFC East, Cowboys 4-1.
do we really got to talk about them, bro?
I
You
don't.
know what? Look, give them credit. They
You
playing
got to.
well. Yeah, they playing well. Uh, I'm 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 glad to see Dak come back from his injury, play
Yeah,
well. He got his money. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? On Jordan Brand right now. Shout out to Jordan Brand.
yeah.
Um, and their cornerback, Diggs, uh,
Mhm.
boy is a problem.
Yeah,
Boy
he
is a
showed out.
problem. Yeah, I think he got like 5 interceptions so far this year.
Yeah,
And
he
if y'all
showed
don't
out.
know, that's Stephon Diggs' brother that plays
Right.
for Buffalo. Yeah, that's his brother. So
Yeah.
Diggs, I mean, he's a beast cornerback. So
Mhm.
got to give them their credit. We ain't gonna go overboard like most Cowboys fans do. They're playing well. Okay, and we'll leave it at that.
Ah,
We'll leave it at that.
hilarious, hilarious. Um, so hop on over to the AFC. Um, eh, uh, there's only I would say there's two teams, three. So I told you I'm from Boston, but actually live in the Baltimore area. Um, and as always, as you can imagine, you always got to give the Ravens their props. 3-1. Um, that field goal that was kicked by Tucker was crazy.
Man,
Was that last week or 2 weeks ago?
yeah. 2 weeks ago. Two
Yeah.
weeks ago against Detroit, I want to say. I think it was in Detroit.
Hmm. And
And
I think
Detroit,
they
man,
play tonight.
yeah, they're the Monday night game. Yep, they are. Baltimore's had some close games, man.
Yeah.
But they've pulled through, and that pretty much all that matters.
And they're injury prone. They
Yeah, they lost a bunch of running backs early. I think Marcus Peters is out right now. They're Pro Bowl cornerback. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, injuries are just they all over the league, man.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, man. I don't know, bro. They've lost. Well, now what? 2 games? I know they
Three. They're 2-3.
three, 2-3. Okay. Yeah, because the team we're gonna talk about next, Buffalo just went in there and beat them.
Hmm.
So the Chiefs, man, I don't know. Everybody was talking about they was gonna be the next dynasty and Patrick Mahomes.
Hmm.
And then, they lost in the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying, because of the injuries they had to their offensive line. Um, but they're not looking so good this year, man. They're coming out struggling. And their division, the AFC West, I think is the second best division. I think the best football in the NFL this year is happening in the West. But you got the Chargers, who I believe may be 4-1. Only loss was to the Cowboys.
Chargers are 4-1. Yeah.
Right. Denver, I think they started 3-0. I think they may be like
3-2.
3-2, so they've lost 2 in a row.
Mhm.
The Raiders, who are going through some controversy right now, they started 3-0, and now I think
3-2.
3-2 again. Yeah. So the Chargers are kind of starting to separate themselves. And think with all that, the Chiefs are in last place still in their division, bruh.
Last place.
I don't think we ever would have thought that.
No.
So,
but
so
I don't
yeah.
count them out though. That's
I
one thing
don't.
I can say.
I don't. They got too much offensive firepower. When you got Patrick Mahomes, you're never out of it, bro. You got Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. You know, them boys got pride, man. I think they'll right the ship.
Yeah.
But they need to start soon, though.
They do.
Because I think right now, the way it's looking like, if they get to the playoffs, they're going to have to go on the road. And you're talking about playing Buffalo in late January in Buffalo. Yeah. And now Buffalo got the head-to-head win over there. So, but speaking of that, Buffalo, man, Buffalo is looking, they had a weird stinker of a first game, lost to Pittsburgh at home. But since then, bro, they've been rolling, bro. Like, their scores have been crazy. I think they shut somebody out. I want to say the Dolphins. And then, you know, and then they went last night, you know what I'm saying, went to Kansas City and beat them pretty handily. So I think Buffalo right now is the cream of the crop in the AFC, man.
I would say that.
Yeah. Baltimore's always going to be a contender. Cleveland is looking pretty good this year.
Funny enough, though, they took that L. They made history. What is it? 42 points, no turnovers,
right? And then lost
42-47. Yeah. Bro.
But that's the Browns, man. Any team that could do that, it would be the Browns, bro. They just their history is just, you know, it's tough being a Browns fan. But they looking good, man. I think they're gonna be a playoff team again this year. I think them and Baltimore are definitely the cream of the crop in their division.
I agree. I agree.
I think they'll be there.
No need to really talk about
the AFC East,
which is a whole nother, you know.
Buffalo got that, bro.
They got it. They got it. I mean,
but hold on, though. Let's talk about Mac Jones, though. We got to talk about Mac Jones. How you feel about him?
This is what I say. I find it tough. And this is kind of, I say the same thing as far as basketball. It's very hard to just put a rookie in there and expect to just have success. I think that's why it's so crazy to see Kyler Murray, you know, because you saw the progression and what he did with that team. Like, he literally turned the team around as a rookie, and he made you say, "Oh, yeah, he really is that dude." I think it's too early to really make any judgments yet. Do I think they should have kept Cam? Because I think I call him Uncle Shay. He said, you know, he thought that, I think he tweeted, he said he thought that it was better to have, he thought that Cam could do better than Mac.
All right, so I think the elephant in the room with Cam was he was not vaccinated. Yeah. And although the Patriots came out and said that had no decision in why they let him go, you know, it's been thrown out there that might have been a factor, you know, and because also Cam really didn't play too well in the preseason, and Mac Jones did. So, you know, when you put those two things together, and the fact that you're maybe not vaccinated, you know, and we know how the Patriots are, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's another topic. We'll definitely get into that, some vaccine talk. But yeah, man. So, you know, let's end it. Let's clear the air. Who are your Super Bowl picks?
I'm definitely gonna go with the Bucks. I'm not quite sure who I'm going with on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
We leaving it at that?
I mean, what do you say?
Oh man, it pains me to say this. I think the Bucks are gonna come out the NFC. I I think it'll probably be the Bucks and the Rams, or maybe the Packers in the NFC Championship. And coming out the AFC, bro, I know they don't have great history in the playoffs and definitely in the Super Bowls, losing 4. But something about Buffalo this year, man. It is something about Buffalo this year. And just the fact that they have the ultimate home field advantage, bro. Having to play in Buffalo in the heart of the winter, bro. You know, they just they're gonna have that advantage. They're gonna have that advantage in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So if we clear the air right now and you putting my foot to the fire, I'm gonna say Bucks versus Bills in the Super Bowl. I do have faith that the Chiefs will get it together, but I don't know if they can go into Buffalo late January and beat the Bills at home.
Gotcha.
So that's it.
We cleared the air. That's where it is. We're going to check back with y'all mid-season and see how things are looking up. Hey, we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.